morning. We are on our second day of our 7-night sailing on the Disney Fantasy. We are going to be on a day at sea today, and it's Pixar Day at Sea, so we're so excited, and I can't wait for what today. The food's not here yet. Yeah, we ordered room service. All your room services included on a Disney cruise.
My name's Jordan Ashley, and together we vacation. I'm really excited for today because my family loves Disney Cruise Line, and this is our third cruise, and we are so excited because today we are doing something new, and that is enjoying some of the specialty offerings for a Pixar Day at Sea cruise. My goal is to help you make more memories through travel so that you can create bonds that last a lifetime. While this is more of a vlog style video, I will have tips and tricks sprinkled throughout, and if you want answers to specific questions, you can comment down below or send me an email, and be sure you're subscribed because I will have videos coming out with all of my best tips and tricks and how-tos answering those specific questions. Okay, pals, yeehaw! Let's talk about the Hey Howdy Breakfast with Woody and Friends. Now, this is a specialty offering here with the Pixar Day at Sea, so it's not available for all sailings, just for the Pixar Day at Sea sailings, but it is included with your sailing. However, while this breakfast is included in the price of your sailing, you do need special reservations for it. So make sure you get those reservations early because they do book up and they are not available when you get on the sailing. At least that's from our experience. They were very popular, and so make sure you snag those early or get your travel agent like myself to do it for you. Let's talk about the experience. It was definitely once in a lifetime. It was super special. We never get to see Bullseye, so that was really fun. The girls got to dress up like Jessie, so they had some fun interactions with Jessie and with Bullseye and with Woody. And then they have these wonderful entertainers that come out and they play music and they sing and they dance. And of course, the food is always good on Disney Cruise Line, so there were more limited options than if we were to go to Cabanas in the morning, for example. However, it was definitely worth it. It was good food and it filled us up, and they came around with all of our beverages that we could want, and they came around with pastry trays, and then we had our main entree that we decided based on the menu, and we had a really great seat on the table 64. So highly recommend this experience to anyone who is on a Pixar Day at Sea sailing. If you would like more information about this breakfast or anything else throughout this entire video or in Disney Cruise Line world in general, feel free to message me with this email or fill out a guest interest form, and I can help you plan the whole thing so you can stress less and just focus on the memories. Or you can just comment down below. I'll help you no matter what. Pro tip, be sure to bring some activities for your sit-down dinners like these. We have magnet boards and an Etch-a-Sketch. After breakfast, we did what would become one of my daughter's favorite things, and that is sitting in one of the portholes and just watching the waves. We could have done this for hours if there wasn't other things to do that I honestly was encouraging them to go do because my 3-year-old was so invested in these portholes. So after breakfast, the kids really wanted to go to Kids Club for a little bit, so we went and we dropped them off. On the way there, we saw the Royal Gathering, which is another reservation-only event where you can meet and greet with lots of princesses. I will tell you why we chose not to do that later on in this video. So we just scheduled a massage, a couples massage. That's the first one we're ever going to do, and I'm so excited! Hello, Ashley. How are you doing today? So as a mom of littles with a 5 and a 3-year-old that I am trying to actively ensure their safety and making sure they're getting to experience everything, and I am also videoing and trying to ensure that I'm not videoing other families in the process. I don't do a lot of talking to the camera, especially during these vlog videos when I'm with the kids. And so let me know down in the comments if that is something that would be more beneficial to you when it comes to these vlogs, if it is helpful to you, or if it's a big deal. If it is, then I will try to work on it. Hey pals, so we have had a very busy day already, but also very relaxing at the same time. So we got up really early and we did the Hey Howdy Breakfast with Woody, Bullseye, and Jessie, and some amazing entertainment cast who were singing and playing the guitar, and it was just so much fun. So unique, especially for being complimentary. Definitely reserve. You can see I'm on my second ice cream of the vacation, but it's only the first of today, so I wonder how many I'll get to. One for today. There are various flavors and they change every day, but I really like the vanilla. I'm a vanilla girl. So what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? I would love to know down in the comments below. So immediately after breakfast, the kids wanted to go to the kids clubs, which was so fun because I'm so glad they're having a good time. So they went to the Oceaneer Lab this time because the Oceaneer Club was having a open house for families and guests and everybody. So they went to the Oceaneer Lab, so I'm excited to hear what their adventure was like when they get done. They were so excited, so I went ahead and went to the shops. My husband went to the gym, and then we did a little bit of shopping. I met up with some friends that are also on the cruise, and we shopped together. We saw some princesses. They were doing their magical meet and greet, and we did not sign up for that since we do live in Mickey's backyard and see the princesses all the time, and they do a few roaming shifts throughout the cruise, so we'll see some of them sporadically. We saw Daisy and Donald in their cute little cruise gear, and then Saul and I went up to Senses where we scheduled our very first couples massage. I am so excited. I am so excited. So we have the rainforest room, which we went to last night, and now we are having our first massage in a few days. So I'll let you know how that goes. We have had massages before, just not together, and definitely not on the Disney cruise. So I'm so excited to see what that's like. I got an ice cream on the way down. It's already melting because I'm talking to you guys. But I love talking to you. So after I'm done, I will show you what my new outfit looks like. Okay, so now that I'm done with the ice cream that was melting all over me, I wanted to show you, we are on the veranda just relaxing. We are gonna go pick up the kids in just a few minutes because we're gonna do some family activities together. But I want to show you what I got at the shop. So this is so cute. I absolutely love it. This is embroidered, and then this is the back, but there is a front with a little pocket with a little Mickey on it. And this is my favorite color. So, and I love that it's embroidered and super fun. So I'm also gonna have my last little sip of coffee before going to pick up the kids. We're gonna do some fun Pixar type things and adventure throughout the boat before we have the rest of our day for today. Our formal night is tonight, and we're gonna go see Aladdin, and we're probably gonna check out the pools a little bit. So we're super excited and looking forward to the adventure. See you there.
Greetings, recruits. I'm Sarge, and we are... Get ready to get started. Let me hear a Sarge. Yes, Sarge.
Our next Pixar-themed activity was Sarge Says, and this was so much fun. My girls absolutely loved it. If you want to see the full experience, be sure you're subscribed so you can see the full video coming out soon. The Green Army Men show up and present this problem where they're missing a blue crayon, and so we're on a mission to find it, but Sarge teaches the recruits some new moves, and then they go into playing Simon Says in version of Sarge Says, and it was so much fun, especially the freeze dance portion. Andy was coming and the girls just giggled.
I'm gonna say this one time, recruits, one time only. Give this everything you got. Right hand. Right hand.
Our next activity was going to have a little bit of a line, so I did one of my favorite tricks and I went up to the 11th floor with the kiddos to get some fries in a cup from one of the quick service locations and came down and brought the fries while we waited in line along with our line activities. If you're a parent of littles, then you understand that even if a kid wants to do something so bad and they're so excited, but then they have a slightly grumpy experience right beforehand, maybe because they're waiting in line for a long period of time, then they're not going to enjoy that experience that they've been really hoping for. So it's always one of my goals and key tips to be sure that you find some ways to entertain and engage the kids while they're waiting in line so that they do get to enjoy those happy memories, and therefore you do as well. For this line, we had fine motor activities like stickers that would take a while, and then we had an LED drawing pad, and we also right beside the shop. So if you do have another person, another grown-up with you, then you can kind of alternate and take the kiddos looking in the shops. This is at Preludes, and we're about to meet Stitch, which Mia was so excited to meet. And he is one of the more elusive characters to meet while you're at Walt Disney World or Disneyland, and we actually missed meeting him in Alani because we saw Angel instead, so she was so happy. Now you can meet Stitch on Pirate Night as well, and we only waited in line and kind of waited for him to come out early because we wanted to ensure we got to meet him at least on this day. But Disney Cruise Line is great because usually your lines for characters is significantly smaller than if you were going to be waiting for them in the park. Sometimes there's no line at all. Next, we let the girls explore the shops for a little bit. They are only open when you are not at port. We typically let them get one souvenir from each trip that we take, and we only get 3 things typically from every vacation, and that is a postcard, a magnet, and a Christmas ornament. And those are things that we will be able to see throughout the year. They're small, and we get them everywhere we go. However, Disney Cruise Line, we always regret not getting certain things, so we ended up getting a couple more things this time around. Tip, be sure to go to the shops pretty early on in the cruise, at least to look and see if there's any of those must-haves that you really would like, because they often will sell out, and once they're gone, they're gone. If you want more dedicated videos to merchandise themselves, I am on Disney Cruise Line. We go to Alani and we live in Mickey's backyard, so I can show you those. If you like, just let me know down in the comments below. We were getting pretty hungry at this point, so we decided to run back to our room. Is there anything like running through the halls of a hotel or a cruise ship? And we just had so much fun doing that. So we went back to our room so that we could change into our bathing suits because we really wanted to go swimming right after we ate. So we went up to the delicious cabanas and we observed the mosaics along the way. Ari really wanted to try cracking the crab legs herself. So we got the kiddos' food first, and they devoured it. They ate it so quickly that I hardly had time to eat my food. So I took it out so I could eat while they played at the splash pad, but I was still hungry, and so were they by the time we were done at the pool and the splash pads. So we picked up some pizza from the quick service location upstairs and brought it back to the room, where we kind of relaxed, got changed into some dry clothes, and ate the pizza before running off again. I really wanted both the girls to wear their Jessie outfits until we changed into our formal gear later on in the evening, but Mia was just so excited and cold, so she decided to wear her Stitch outfit again. Another specialty thing here on our Pixar Day at Sea cruise is that there are some specialty characters that we all know and love from our favorite Pixar movies, especially Toy Story. You will see Buzz Lightyear, Woody, Jessie, and if you saw earlier, we met Bullseye, but there is also Bo Peep, who we're about to meet right now, and then later on in the week we met Rex. So here at the specialty meet and greet, they redecorate Animator's palette to look like all of these really cool Pixar elements, and so you will see new theming and designs. And so Buzz Lightyear was almost done meeting, so we did get to see the end of his meet and greet while he got to greet Bo Peep as she arrived. Now, a key thing to note here is that they do not sign. Some of these specialty meet and greets do not sign here on the ship. Now, they will sign in the parks depending on the character, but not here on the ship, so they will give you a little card with all of their signatures instead.
And Ariana. Go ahead, babe.
So we actually had a Pixar animator who actually helped design Bo here on the ship and gave a talk later on in the week, so that was really cool. We had just watched Toy Story 4 as part of my Disney Cruise Line countdown. You can get that below if you like.
Thank you, Bo.
Next, we saw Captain Minnie on our way up to get some drinks. All of your beverages are included on a Disney Cruise Line vacation, other than alcohol and some of those specialty coffees that you might get in one of the cafes, and of course your popcorn. But I do have some hacks for that, so check out below or ask me in the comments and I'd be happy to give you some tips. We love running down this hallway. We just stop at every single porthole, and it does make for some pretty good pictures as well if you're interested in capturing those memories. That's why we travel. That's what it's all about here. We want to capture those memories as moms and parents, but I want it for my kids as well, and I want to be able to make memories and bonds that last a lifetime. So if that sounds like you, be sure to join our family, join our crew. You can see different ways to connect below. Welcome to Formal Night on the Disney Cruise Line. Now, everybody knows Disney loves a good theme, and so do most of its guests. So while you do not have to wear formal attire to the Disney Cruise Line Formal Night, you definitely have the opportunity to, and you will not be alone, even if you dress as dapper as you possibly can. So again, not required, but definitely a fun plus. There are only a few places on the ship that require a formal wear, and I can answer those questions down below. My 3-year-old really wanted to wear these little tiny heels that were Tiana heels, and she clip-clopped her way all around the cruise ship that night, and it was so adorable. Now, another fun thing about Formal Night is that they do offer complimentary beverages, and that's in the form of alcoholic and non-alcoholic in a variety of forms. We always get this iconic picture that almost everyone wants to get here on the Disney Cruise Line for some reason, even though it's never ends up being my favorite. Something about it, it's just tradition. Tonight we ate at the Royal Court, which was so fitting for Formal Night for us. This is rotational dining after all, and our servers were back and they already knew our favorites. I'll have a video of everything that we ate during the Disney Cruise Line and highlight some of my favorite types of foods here on Disney Cruise and some of your don't want to miss items, so be sure you subscribe for that video. We did order a couple of the options here so that we could try different things, and I was really excited to try a few different appetizers in particular, so we did get multiples, and they were delicious. I am a sucker for an apple dessert. However, I got to taste my favorite dessert on the Disney Cruise Line, and I think I had multiples of this because my wonderful waitress, she knew I loved it and made sure that I got to have it on other nights even when it wasn't available. Disney Cruise Line, am I right?
From Coco.
One thing we haven't talked about yet is the entertainment on the Disney Cruise Line, and the one here on the Fantasy was spectacular. I really loved the pianist and many of the other musicians that would play the atmosphere-like music pre and post dinner times. They're amazing, and it just brings a whole new life to the Grand Hall. We originally had the later seating time for dinner. However, we did have it switched pre-boarding so that we could ensure that our kids were still awake for dinner time. So it did work out pretty well. However, my 3-year-old at this point was done. She was ready for sleep. She was asking to go to bed, which was something she has never done in her life. So we did oblige her. My husband took her to bed at that point, and I went off with our 5-year-old and did some adventuring. Now, we did have a solve for this later on in the week. We figured out a solution, and honestly, it is a game changer. So be sure to stay tuned, subscribe, or just comment down below and I will give you an answer, because it was the key to many successful evenings on the ship. So before we did our last 3 major things for the rest of the evening, my daughter and I went to do a little bit of the detective agency, which she absolutely adored. This was a hit. Then we went to see the Broadway style showing of Aladdin, which was epic, and I have seen this show before on the Fantasy because it is a resident show here. And while it was amazing, it was probably my 3rd favorite show that I've ever seen on Disney Cruise Line. Next was a new show to me, and that is the Celebrate the Super show, which is a fireworks show. It was actually one of 2 fireworks shows we got here with the Pixar Day at Sea sailing, which was unique because typically you only get one. And honestly, this one hit it out of the park.
Shields the super from harm and lets everyone know the super is a hero.
Edna Mode and Elastigirl, or Mrs. Incredible, really stole the show. They were on point, epic. I will have to show you some of my favorite parts, but if you want to see the whole thing, again, I will have a full video later on. So be sure you have those notifications turned on.
Civil artists would do, striving for perfection. With my exquisite designs, I've elevated our defenders into ever-world levels of chic and efficiency. What is a hero without their super suit? It's my masterpieces that transform these mere mortals into the paragons of style and function that the world adores. You may now applaud.
Tips and tricks here, so if you want any personalized advice, if you want me to help you have some personal tips and tricks for your next cruise, whether you are sailing for your first time or your 50th, I would be honored to help you out. I can even get you some onboard credit. You can look down in the description box below and fill out a guest interest form, or you can just email me and ask me any questions you might have. I would be happy to help you.
And thanks for being here.
What are you missing?
Hello there, cruisers! Ha ha ha! Anchors away!
What did I say about using our powers at public function?
Hey, cruisers, I'm happy to...
So the promises, Jack Jack gets loose, and the kids, of course, have so much fun trying to point him out. And of course, all of the supers miss him until the very last minute when the fireworks go off, which is always epic and so much fun. After this, I took Ari to bed before heading to the Tube, which is one of the adult-only pubs. We had a silent disco with me and some of my girlfriends that were also traveling. We had a lot of fun, and I didn't record a bit. So until tomorrow, I'll see you real soon, pal.